So it seems a little smite spamming shits are turning some heads in 4.3. With bubbles bigger than ever before, a mana pool that's bigger than WoW's subscriber base, and the ability to hardcast harder than Heroic Hagara, the Holy Paladin's PAL is back in play. But as we hit the meters, the other healers seem to drop off. Another mind blasted. So today, I'm showing you my guide to Atonement Disc Priests. As you probably know, Disc Priests are pretty much wanted in nearly all raiding setups at the moment, just because they're viable in so many ways. They're able to output a reasonable amount of damage, while at the same time they are able to output about the same amount of healing, if not more, as any other healer would. So, I'm going to start off about telling you the two main specs that Disc Priests usually go for. The first spec is more of a healing orientated atonement spec. This spec takes atonement but also focuses around maximising the healing output of your normal healing spells that you would cast otherwise. This is probably the spec I'd recommend, and probably the most common one as well amongst Disc Priests. This second spec is much more focused around atonement. And although your Greater Heal, Flash Heal and Binding Heal won't do as much healing, and you also miss out on Inspiration, you do gain a reduced cooldown on your Shadow Fiend, and also you will not miss with your Smite and Holy Fire. So it really depends what you're after here. You could go for the first spec and be more healing focused but just spam out a bit of atonement when you need to, or you could go for the second spec and be much more atonement focused but be able to spam out some heals when you need to. So now you've got the choice between those two specs, let's start having a quick look at our stat priority. Now obviously with both of our stat priorities, we're going to want intellect on top. Disc Priests benefit the most from intellect out of any other healers, simply because their main mana regen mechanic, Rapture, works off a percentage of your maximum mana. So as well as increasing our healing done, intellect also gives us a massive increase in mana regen. So our first stat priority is going to be intellect, haste, crit, then mastery. Stacking haste above crit and mastery will mean we can spam out those extra holy fires and smites quicker, and obviously more holy fires and smites means more HPS. Secondly, crit, because obviously when they crit they will simply just do more healing. In this case mastery is our lowest stat, as pretty much all we're using our bubble for is to regain the mana from Rapture. Our second stat priority is going to be intellect, mastery, crit, haste. This is pretty much the opposite to the last one, and this is going to be for a much more tank focused healing build. Now obviously if you're tank healing it may seem a bit odd to be taking atonement, but obviously some people may still want atonement while tank healing. If you are picking the second stat priority and going for mastery, I would suggest trying to pre-bubble people as much as possible before they take damage, because this can end up super efficient healing. For those of you who don't know what pre-bubbling is, it's simply placing power word shields on people just before, for example, the Elementium bolt hits on Madness of Deathwing. You know everybody is going to be taking a lot of damage, so if you bubble 5 or 6 people in your raid, then those bubbles will get totally absorbed. Now, I haven't actually included spirit in any of these stat priorities, I know. However, all I can suggest is keeping your spirit above 2000. If you're having some mana issues, then maybe try stacking a bit more spirit. But the likelihood is, if you are having mana issues, you're not managing your Rapture properly. There are lots of add-ons out there that can show you when your Rapture is ready so you can re-bubble somebody to regain the mana back. I suggest if you are having mana issues to check out one of those add-ons. That's all I've got for you today guys in Atonement Disc Priest. This guide is simply an addition to my up and coming Disc Priest guide. I will be releasing another Disc Priest video which will be focused much more around the healing mechanics of a Disc Priest. So like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.